Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about Patreon. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a site that works sort of like Kickstarter, where people help fund your creative works. It could be videos, music, paintings, whatever. And the idea is that they pay per work you release, or per month, or per whatever. And why I wanted to discuss this is because I sort of have mixed feelings on this. A lot of YouTubers are doing this as of late and saying, you know, even if they have like 200 subscribers, they're like, support my Patreon, or my Patreon, or whatever, however it's pronounced. And I actually had a few people myself. I've had a few people contact me saying, hey, you know, would you be willing to do a Patreon because, like, you know, I'd like to give you a couple of bucks every month to help out. And the thing is, I don't know, I really don't know how I feel about this, really. Like I said, I have sort of mixed feelings because for a person like me, I'm doing this because I really enjoy doing this. And, you know, for every person that hits on that subscribe button, that's just another person that I get to interact with, talk about the things that I'm passionate about, and maybe, you know, maybe introduce you guys to some games that you've never heard of before. Maybe talk about some touchy subjects that are kind of risque or controversial or something, or maybe even topics that like people don't even know about, stuff like Dragon Quest and series like that, or games like that. And like, I don't know, I think I would feel bad. Like for years, I didn't even monetize videos. For a long time, I don't know if I could say years, but mainly because I didn't feel right. I was like, I don't want to earn money doing this. This is something I enjoy doing. And given, you know, we have a small user base, we don't have hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers. And I was like, well, do I really want to charge for it? Like the content, you know? And I know I'm not charging, it's just it's ad revenue. And eventually I had no choice because it was tied into, what was it? I think it was Space or something like that to become a YouTube partner. I don't even remember what the reason was. So I went ahead and did it because we needed the space. We were going to do these videos on a regular basis. And anyways, now, like I barely get anything, but what I do get, whatever money I get, I think they give you a check. It's whenever you get $100. Yeah, it's whenever you get $100, they send you a check, or it goes actually automatically into your bank account, but whatever. So anytime I do get any extra funds, what I do is I have a separate bank account that I opened up just for COE, and I throw in money into that account, and I purchase, well, sort of like this camera that I'm recording here. It's not some phenomenal Uber camera. No, of course not. It was a few $100s, but it was purchased with the money that I got from the site. Same as the tripod I'm using, things like that. I used to use a mobile phone before that. So, you know, looking at it from that aspect with the ad revenue, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe that was worthwhile. But with Patreon, I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about that, because in essence, I wouldn't be charging for content because it'd still all be free, all on YouTube. But what do I get out of it? Like, let's say people pay me money. The money that I'm getting, I know obviously, what are you getting out of it? What are you talking about, you moron? You're getting the money. No, it's not that. It's what am I supposed to do with this money? That's the thing. You see a lot of sites, they're like, oh, well, it'll allow me to free up time. It'll allow me to quit my job and work on these videos full time. Here's a little thing for you guys. I do this for fun, right? And it doesn't make sense. Even if I had like 5 million subscribers, I like this format. It's sort of quality reviews in terms of, well, at least I like to think so, quality reviews of direct feed footage and a voiceover. Hopefully that's not annoying and it's professionally delivered. And then you get vlogs that are like more low rent, like this. Some of the unboxing ones are, again, low rent stuff, nothing too fancy, but I like it like that. It's sort of like that bridge between totally professional and totally amateur. I like sort of having that bridge. It's why, like, my introductions for the reviews, the reason why I keep that so simple. Everyone's asked me about that, like, why don't you have a flashier intro? Well, the reason why is because I don't want a flashier intro. I could just put a request here on YouTube, and I'm sure someone would come and say like, "Oh, sure, here, I'll help you out." I'm not a graphic designer, I'm not at all, so I don't even know how to do that. But it's that balance. I like having that balance between like professional and amateur and whatever. And I hope you guys like that too, the ones that have subscribed. So I've always wondered, like, okay, if I were to open a Patreon, what would I do? What would be the levels? I'm not going to quit my job. I have an amazing job. I love my job. I'm really involved in the community aspect of my job. I love process improvement, and I mean, there's a real value to the work that I'm doing. I mean, when I leave work at the end of the day and I see employees or colleagues that are super happy because of some of the changes we've made, that makes me feel amazing. And it wouldn't matter even if I made like $10,000 a month, something crazy like that. I like the work I do. People might think that's insane, but I look at YouTube not as a source of income or a source of revenue. I look at it as this is something fun I do. So that's why I've got those like mixed feelings with Patreon. Now, don't get me wrong. Anyone, some of my subscribers even have successful Patreons. I'm not dissing that. That's totally cool. You do what you got to do. I still like support you. I still watch your content. It's for me. Opening a Patreon for me, I don't know. I've got, like I say, I got mixed feelings only because I wouldn't even know what to do with the money. So money comes in, and the way it works is like you hit like thresholds, and then you're supposed to have like milestones. So you would say, you know, if I get like $50 a month, for example, I can do blah. If I get $100 a month, blah blah. You know, and so on and so forth. But what am I going to do? Realistically, what am I going to do? I would get like, what, $5 a month or something like that. It just seems totally silly to me. And even if it was successful, what kind of objectives could I really do? My time is severely limited, and I'm not going to quit my job even if there was, you know, even if I got like $50,000 a month, because I really enjoy it. I feel like I'm contributing to the community that I work for. So anyways, what are your thoughts on Patreon as a whole? I know some of you really must like it, because I've had people actually write in requesting that I do it and saying that, you know, I could use the money to purchase some very obscure arcade games or some very obscure consoles that I don't have here. Maybe even update to some of the technology that I'm using to make the content that like videos like this even more professional. Maybe even hire someone to do some work for me, like that flashy intro or something like that. But I don't know. Like I say, I have totally mixed feelings on this, because I look at it that I'm doing this for fun, and I love when you guys comment. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I always reply to every single person that comments on any of the videos we've ever done, unless, of course, the person doesn't have their comments, not their comments, but their replies enabled, and that's happened quite a few times. And, well, then I can't leave them a reply. But that's what I get. Like, for me, that's my jollies I get from doing this, is that interaction, that back and forth, especially when someone comes on in and realizes just the wealth of content that we've got on the channel now, and they're like, holy crap, I can't believe I haven't heard of you guys. Oh, look, you're doing all these Saturn videos, you've done all these like Genesis stuff, you're tackling TurboGrafx 16, and oh wow, this is so cool. I love that. I love that sort of interaction. So anyways, by all means, leave me a comment. I'm really curious. What do you think of Patreon? And just that, YouTube and Patreon, what do you think? Alright guys, so that's it. Leave a comment. I am not launching a Patreon anytime soon anyways, unless someone can really tell me why. If someone can give me a good justifiable reason of why that would be worthwhile to me, because like I say, the money is only one aspect. I need time. Now, if there was a Patreon where we could have like objectives of like, you know, creating say like 2 more hours a day or something, then I would say awesome, let's do it. But all the money in the world is not going to gain me more time, because I would never quit my job because I really like it, and that's where the bulk of my time is. So, alright guys, leave a comment, let me know, what do you think of YouTube and Patreon?